Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. Alright, for tonight I am doing shorter messages, but I'm doing two instead of one long one so that I can upload them more quickly. Okay, let's go ahead and see what overall message is coming in for your reading. Thank you, Divine. What do you have for this beautiful being? What do they need to know? Peace. You're protecting your peace, and you are in a state of peace. If you haven't felt this, know that you can tune into this peace. It is divine, and divine is reassuring you that you have earned this peace. 111 on the timer. It's something that you have earned because you're in close union with your higher self, with the divine. And all in your world is becoming aligned. And whatever is not in alignment, once you rest and trust that this peace is there for you to tap into, you'll notice that things that you thought were a problem aren't even an issue anymore. Okay? Divine is saying, we got you. Whatever it is that you're worried about right now, Divine says, we got you. Okay? You've been tested. You've been through the worst. Now it's time for you to flex your muscles and remind yourself of the strength that you have and allow that to give you peace. Okay? All right, let's get a couple archetype cards. Thank you, Divine. What do you want this beautiful being to know at this time? Well, Saboteur was flipped over, but I'm going to take that. Okay. So there may be someone who wants to present an illusion that would make you feel like you can't be at peace. But all that a saboteur can do is throw illusions. They don't live in a world of reality. Okay, so there's someone around you who does not want you to identify with your peace. They want to point out any opportunity that they feel that they can point out to make you worry, to make you stress, or to make you feel like your path isn't going in the direction that it's supposed to go in. But Divine has already brought through that you've been through the worst of it. So anything that a saboteur is trying to use to distract you is just some bullshit. It's not real. Okay? Detective and gossip. So somebody's trying to figure out what you're doing. This is a person who's very obsessed. They want to know everything about you, what you've got going on. Okay, with this red here, this deep red, it's like a Bordeaux kind of color. I'm getting that they want to know what's going on in your romantic connections. With gossip, what I'm getting is that they have asked people, or they've connected with people just to find out any bit of information that they might have on you. Whoever this is, they're not reconnecting with people in order to see how they're doing, or to support them, or to truly reconnect. That's the last thing on their minds. They are so desperate for information about you that is why they are calling people up, texting people, reaching out to them, trying to figure out what's going on with you. They thrive on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Okay? But they don't have any information to pass on, so anything that they're passing on is a lie. But what I really get is that they're trying to take in information. They're seeking information. This could be someone who has committed sex crimes. They've attempted to attack energetically. So this is a person who has used spiritual warfare to try to attack you or to try to sabotage your world. That's why you have felt that you couldn't align with your peace. But Divine says that your peace is your peace. This person wants you to forget that. They don't want you to identify with your divine peace. But they're throwing up illusions. Also, Divine is saying, they're clarifying with this gossip card that this person has no gossip to give. And any lies that they're trying to spread about you at this point in time, people don't believe them anymore. People understand that this person is no longer trustworthy. Well, they never were trustworthy, but they see it now. There's something that people realize and understand about this person. 5:55 on the timer. Yeah, see, things have changed. There may have been a time where this person was trusted, but not anymore. They're trying to seek information about you. Yeah, this person is highly embarrassed for their behavior. This could be pertaining to these sex crimes that they've committed. That is embarrassing. There's some sort of STD that they have. They don't want people to know about this. The thing is, you know, they're taking time to gossip about you or to try to get gossip about you. But clearly they have other issues that they need to address, where they need to address their physical hygiene, their physical health, okay? Money. They may be trying to get information regarding how to, oh, I see, they're pocket watching. Yeah, they're pocket watching. Because they're very motivated to find out about your romantic life. That's what came through with this card. And so they feel like if they know about your financial situation, they'll be able to put two and two and two and two together to get more information about who you're with. Or this person is very afraid that you are with someone who is abundant. Yeah, that's a fear that they have. Pulling away out of insecurity. So this person may have been in a connection with you at some point in time in the past, but what I'm getting is that they ghosted. Now, this could have made you happy that they ghosted because you were like, I don't care why they left, I'm just glad they're gone. But they pulled away because of insecurity, because you started to shine in such a beautiful way that they felt very intimidated. This person likes to create an image where they have everything under control. And so once they saw you as more intimidating, they immediately wanted to pull away and come up with another strategy to try to create another mask where they look like they were winning. If they don't look like they're winning, they don't want to be around, okay? They got very frustrated when you, okay, sex work. So this is a very hypersexual person. Already we have 3 cards related to something sexual, and they're obsessed, okay? If this person were to come back in your zone, I don't feel like you would open up to them energetically at all, but please don't, because it feels like there are very negative attachments, demonic attachments that they're carrying. You know, some people for STD, they say sexually transmitted demon, okay? So it's not just physically that they're suffering, but they are really suffering energetically. Also, with this person having an STD and they have a very low vibe and low vibe intentions, it may be their goal to pass that on to you. So please be very careful, okay? Never gonna survive unless you get a little crazy. So I feel like this person tried to paint you out as crazy or as having some sort of imbalance, but they did this in order to gain control over your world. They wanted to control the way that other people saw you, because as Spirit brought through just a few minutes ago, if this person is not winning because they're extremely competitive, then they don't want to be around you. So before pulling away in insecurity and running away, they tried to attack you so that other people would see you in a negative light and see them in a positive light. That was always their goal. Big mad. They're big mad. They're big mad. They're big mad. Why are they mad, Divine? Oh, because they're afraid that you have new love. They're afraid that you have new love, and they're afraid that you are winning. They see you as being lucky, having the wheel of fortune. They see all of this good luck coming to you, and they're extremely jealous. This is nothing new though, because this has always been a jealous person. When the energy comes through like this is not something that just happened yesterday with a person. This is just who they are. Why else are they mad, Divine? Yeah, they see you living in your 9 of Cups. And even if you don't, because I see that you were kind of like, with the peace card, I felt like maybe we just had 1111 on the timer. As we pull 9 of Cups, Ashe. So there's more where that came from that you're going to experience, okay? But, yeah, if you were feeling like you didn't have access to peace, so I feel like you might be seeing your life from a certain perspective. But that's an illusion, okay? If you're seeing that, oh, I've got to worry about this, I've got to worry about that. Divine is saying that that is because of energetic projections being sent to you. You actually are in the state of 9 of Cups, okay? And if you haven't been feeling that, just know that that's what you have access to. So this person wants you to be in a low vibe state so that you see your 9 of Cups as 4 of Cups, something that you would want to push away, but it's really something worth celebrating. It's really your wish fulfillment, okay? And this could be relevant, like maybe there's something that you've been experiencing with love or with your finances that actually is a win, but because of negative energy, which this person was sending you negative energy that came through, attempting to attack energetically, because of that, you may have been seeing something in a different light. 1234 on the timer. Divine says that all is in alignment and all is coming to you in divine timing. Okay, that's very important. Divine timing. Yeah, so be sure to protect your energy at this time. Okay, but Divine is being very clear that there are certain people that you should be like this with, but there are other people that you can open up to. Okay. I feel like that's, because somebody wants you in this state of feeling 9 of Swords. They want you worried. But that's because this is how they're feeling. This person who's big mad, they're big mad and big sad. 1313 on the timer, because they're having all kinds of endings in their life. With us being in Scorpio season now, this person is experiencing a lot of death, a lot of endings. Okay? A lot of endings, and they want you to feel that. This person has always been in competition with you, so what better way to quote unquote win when they're feeling down and out than for them to try to transfer that negative energy onto you and project that towards you. I would definitely cleanse my energy and protect it. Okay, you can take a spiritual bath. You can speak protection over yourself. You can connect with your ancestors and spirit allies, asking them to assist you as you cleanse your energy and reset your vibe. And there's so many ways to work with your energy to reset your aura, to cleanse your space, okay? But that'll definitely help you as you reset your energy from this attack that they're trying to bring through. Yeah, they see you as lucky, okay? Also, they're hoping that, they're hoping for another chance, okay? They're hoping for another go-round. But the judgment has been called. The final decision has been made. You've moved on. You may have physically relocated, okay? Or you may be thinking about relocating. But even if you're not, you have moved on to calmer waters. 1444 on the timer. You've chosen a life of divine protection. And that is why you have access to peace, because you have not entertained drama. You have not entertained karmic attachments, and you are really focused on moving forward, moving to calmer waters. Yeah, you're in this Nine of Pentacles energy, where even if you are open to manifesting love or connecting with another being, you're still in this Nine of Pentacles vibe, where you're really focusing on you, you're focusing on your wealth, you're focusing on your stability, and proving to yourself what you can do. You're really taking time to honor your world at this time and who you are. Okay, with Three of Cups, yeah, Divine is saying that there definitely is room for connections, but the right ones. Okay? Divine, please tell us more of what this beautiful being needs to know at this time. All right, so we've got bully here. So there's definitely a bully here. You know what's coming through, because we got bully and then they have all this sexual energy here. They wanted to demean you. So they want to come in and have you act the way that they act. We're in the minute of 16 on the timer. They want to create a tower in your world, okay? And the reason why they are so hypersexual and they're coming to you with that energy is because the same energy that you receive, the same radiance that you have, that you just walk into a room and you shine, this person feels that they have to do something sexual in order to get that same amount of attention or admiration that you get just from being your divine self. And so they want to bring you down. They want you to demean yourself in a physical way so that they can feel like you're more similar to them. They want to conquer you. Okay? The other card that was there though was gain. So even though this person has bullied you and tried to control you, they still see you winning. And so they're like, oh wow. So unfortunately, this person wants to bring endings to your world, but that's what's happening to them. Also, they may have spent a lot of time, energy, and effort trying to create endings in your world, but all of that has come back to haunt them. As we are now in Scorpio season when I'm recording this, whenever you're watching this, their actions that they took against you are haunting them, and they are having ending after ending after ending. For some of you, this person who has been so malicious towards you, they are going to experience a physical transformation very soon. It's inevitable. Yeah. Divine is guiding you to use your imagination for positive things, because all that surrounds this person is an energy of death, an energy of endings, an energy of illness. Okay? But also what I'm seeing with that imagination card is, if you were ever energetically tied to this person, you might get visions of this person transitioning. Okay? So yeah, Divine wants you to focus on positive things within your mind's eye, but you might, and if you've already experienced this, this is just confirmation, you may have already had a feeling that this person is nearing their physical transition. Yeah. They also might have an illness that's taking them to that state sooner. Okay? Yeah. All right, we've got the family card here. So I see this right alongside the Three of Cups. Divine really wants your focus to be on harmony and connection, because you have access to that in your world. It's here for you. There's so much darkness and negative energy that's coming from this past energy, okay? So Divine really wants you to cheers to the wonderful things in life, okay? there are a lot of things that you have to celebrate. Okay, so focus on your abundance. There is abundance for you to experience. But what I am seeing is that this person or someone else from your past could be trying to come in for a trap related to money. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that and see what this is that someone might want to do in order to trap you. Okay, we've got 2 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles here. I would be very careful at this time regarding any sort of financial deals that you would make with someone, or if they come to you and they try to present some sort of opportunity for you that feels like a choice that you feel pressured to make. It's not going to feel like a brand new opportunity. It's going to feel like pressure to choose something or to make a choice. It's going to feel like pressure. 2111 on the timer. Divine is saying regarding this pressure or this choice that someone would try to put on your plate, choose yourself. Choose yourself. Because this is something regarding 6 of Pentacles. It's interaction, financial interaction with another person, but it's not coming from a good place. It's not one of true reciprocity. Okay, it's not about a reciprocal. Somebody don't want me to get this out, okay, but we're gonna get it out. What they're presenting to you is not about reciprocity. It's about a trap that they want to use to control you, okay? Also, that's a sign right there. So Divine is saying don't rush it. When you're with this person, take your time. Be very clear with your words and very concise. Don't agree to anything that they would try to back you in a corner and agree to. Because that's the feeling. Like, I was feeling like I couldn't get my words out. I was feeling like it was strange. But that's how this person wants you to feel. They want you to feel pressured. They want you to feel rushed. And they want you to feel confused. So when you're communicating with them, keep things short, simple, and concise. And make sure that you're protecting your energy. Okay? This is a person from the past. Divine, please show any descriptors of this person that you... Okay. So this is a person who has it feels like an obsession. This could have been a past lover, but now they watch you. Okay, they pay attention to you and they're very curious about you. If they were not a lover, they wanted to be a lover, and they are very obsessed with seeing how you shine. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Emperor. So this is a person who wants to control and dominate. Okay? Let's see here. I'm going to pull a couple of these cards. What else do you want this beautiful being to know, Divine? Okay, so this is about time with your children and time spent doing what you love to do, having fun, okay? Because with all this nonsense going on of someone wanting to trap you, Divine is saying that they want you to feel content. It's good to have the warnings of what someone wants to do, but at the end of the day, Divine wants you to be in a state of contentment and joy and happiness, because that's what you deserve. That's absolutely what you deserve. Okay? So if you don't have children, Divine is saying spend some time doing some fun things. Take some time to just do some things where you're nurturing your inner child. Also, the place to make investments is not with this person coming to you from your past. They would love that, but only to trap you. But there are investments that you can make in yourself and in your creative inspirations, okay? Yeah, there is a charlatan here. Also, what's coming through is that this person wants to take advantage of your childlike nature. Okay? They're hoping that you'll be naive. They're hoping that you'll be caught off guard. That's what I keep getting. This is a charlatan who wants to deceive you. I feel like someone from your past might also be employing the help of other people in order to give you a fresh face that you wouldn't recognize, because they know that if they come forward, you're not going to trust them. But they might try to, stalker, spy, surveillance, invasion of privacy. So they're trying to send somebody in that doesn't know you, but that they've hired in order to get information on you, so that they are able to trap you with some sort of financial investment that is fake. It's a trap. Okay? Yep, corruption, bribe, coercion. So this is what they've done with other people in order to try to get back into your world. They have to try really hard to do all of this stuff because you are a Sigma and you vibrate high. They have to work really hard to catch up to you, because this is you. You're like running into the future, but they feel like they have to run to catch up with you. Okay? But you're moving. You're steadily moving. You're steadily growing and doing the things that make you happy. Okay, let's pull a couple of these. Thank you, Divine. What message do you have for this beautiful being? I just accidentally picked up charlatan. There's really somebody in here trying to deceive somebody. But you know what's up. Thank you, Divine. What do you want this beautiful being to know? Bussin'. Yes. Really, really good. You hit the spot. Your energy hits the spot. You're next level good. Soul satisfaction, unexpected joy. And that's what you're going to experience. I feel like this is in all areas of your life as well. Your creativity, your health, your wealth, love. Okay. What else, Spirit? So Lulu. All right. So yeah, it says being a bit delusional can be the solution to achieving one's dreams, having absolute faith. So there's something that Divine really wants you to use your imagination for. Remember that came through? Don't be afraid to paint a picture of the very best possible outcome in your mind and to focus on that. That's where Divine wants you to vibe. That's where Divine wants you to keep your headspace, because there are other energies and entities that want access to your mental realm, and that could drain your creative energy. They're not worth it. There is a persistent problem with people from your past, but that's why Divine is just reminding you, hey, leave that in the past, okay? This toxic energy can't come with you into the future. All right? Receipts, hard evidence, screenshots, holds the truth. So, oh, and an emotional recorder. So there's somebody here who is holding on to every single thing that they've experienced with you in the past. And that's one reason why they can't come with you into your new beginning, into your new era of divinity and self-love, because they're bringing a whole bunch of attachments to the past. All toxic energy, okay? And so because they're holding on to every single thing that happened in the past, there's no room for anything new. Pirate, stealing what's not yours, living by your own rules, greed and deception. Yeah, see, that's why they're coming to you with that Six of Pentacles. It's more like a Six of Pentacles reversed type energy, where they want to steal from you. So Divine is saying to, don't worry about people who are trying to go behind your back and steal. If there's something that you are aware of at this time, which what's coming through in this reading is their future plan to present something to you where they want to fool you and get you to invest in what they're labeling as an opportunity. But you're going to know what that is by knowing that they're trying to put pressure on you. It's going to feel like pressure, okay? It's not going to feel like an opportunity that gives you freedom. And you know how when you're doing something with money and you're like so excited about it because you think of all the possibilities, it would feel like a trap because you're intuitive. You're going to pick up on it. So if they come to you with this, you're going to know exactly what it is. You're going to see it for what it is. Yeah, and their goal is to spiritually abuse you. They use religion or spirituality to control, manipulate, or keep someone in a toxic relationship. Exactly. Okay? So you're not opening up to that. You're doing what is best for you. All right, I'm going to close with a Shaman's Dream Oracle. But you know what? I want to pull from this just to see what else. Because we have that Nine of Cups, so I want to see if there's anything else that Divine wants to bring through as your wish fulfillment. Thank you, Divine. What is this beautiful being able to look forward to as they move forward? Balance. You are coming out of a time where you felt like you had to juggle a lot of things. And remember, I said that that opportunity, quote unquote, that they're trying to bring you, it's going to feel like juggling. So they're trying to take you out of balance, but you have access to balance here. You can be these rocks here that are completely balanced, steady, grounded, okay? Don't let anybody take you out of that. Oh, we've got twin flame here. A spiritual connection between you and your twin flame. All right, so you are manifesting love. I was feeling that with that Nine of Cups. It felt like love. All right. And for your twin flame, if that's something that you are manifesting but you have not manifested yet, the most important thing for a twin flame is that what's good for that connection is also what's good for you. So if you focus on your own energy and grow yourself spiritually, ground yourself spiritually, and focus on your spiritual path, you will automatically be doing what you need to do in order to manifest that connection. So you really can't go wrong. A true twin flame connection inspires us and requires us to do what we're supposed to do as individuals, and that's how we attract each other, okay? So there's nothing extra that you have to do in order to attract that if you haven't already. Anything else for this beautiful being? Yeah, someone is obsessed here, okay? And that's their problem. If they want to waste time focusing on you instead of doing what's necessary for them on their path, then that's fine, okay? But they're not allowed to enter your space or your zone. And I would say just continue to protect yourself against this obsessive energy so that anything that they try to send energetically is not hindering you, okay? You're able to rise above it. You have way too much abundance to be focused on, to be worried about these obsessive beings or this obsessive person, okay? So Divine says that you do have opportunities for abundance moving forward. And that's one reason why there's no need to pay attention to any tricks of promised opportunities that this person from your past is trying to sneak in and offer. Because you already have an inflow of money, love, and rewards that's coming to you, okay? So they would love for you to focus on them, but there's absolutely no need because you've got your own. You've got your own beautiful being. Okay. All right, let's see what message Divine is bringing through with this Shaman's Dream. Well, that was very quick. Closing door, completion. And this is closing the door to conflict. Okay, also with that being 5, Divine is saying that closing the door to the negativity of your past, it automatically manifests positive change. Okay. All right, so let's see. This is card number 5. You might be seeing 55 or 555. All right, so you've got endings, completion, your greater calling is what you're focusing on now at this time. When the closing door shows up, it's a call to recognize an ending, to terminate a relationship, job, task, or situation that has been dragging on far too long. Unlock the cage you have been trapped in and shut the door behind you. This is not the time to worry about what others might think or feel. Instead, break with routine, consider what you think and how you feel, and be true to your heart's calling. It's time to walk out the door. If you do not see a door, didn't we get the 6 of Swords for moving on? Yeah, that might be the situation for some of you where you're actually moving or changing jobs or something like that, leaving a job. If you do not see a door but only a solid wall in front of you, ask for assistance. Muster the courage to say, no more. Remember as well that no one else needs to be quote unquote wrong in order for you to do what you've known that you needed to do for a long time. And that's a big thing, because like sometimes in a relationship people think that if there's no big dramatic situation that they should stay and make it work, but that's not true. Just like with on the job, if there are little fires that you constantly have to put out, or there's something that just drains you of your energy, that's reason enough to change. If you feel guided by your soul to make a change, then you have every reason to do that. The whole world doesn't have to come crumbling down in order for you to move on from a situation, okay? If the door to a project or relationship has been closed to you, stop knocking on it. You have tried that already, and no one answered, at least not in the way that you would have liked. Take this as a gift, difficult and painful as it might be. Move on. Every door that shuts is an invitation to find another way, another path to your destination. Better to recognize this earlier rather than later. How many of us leave a relationship or job years after we knew it was time to move on? Stop wallowing in the pain and lingering on the reasons why things did not work. It is keeping you from your greater calling. Bow deeply before that closed door. Give thanks to the lessons and set yourself free. Yes, so there are forces, situations, and people from your past trying to keep you stuck, which keeps you from benefiting from, experiencing, and loving the new opportunities that are before you. And sometimes we have to cut something off from the past in order to reap new rewards and new blessings. It's just like pruning our plants, you know? You get rid of the old stuff so that they can grow more lush and abundantly. And that's exactly what you're doing, is letting go of what no longer serves you and continuing to open up to the beautiful bounty of what you have. You do have beautiful wishes that are being fulfilled, and Divine does not want you to be distracted by other things that might be in your peripheral vision right now, okay? Those are distractions. I feel like that Nine of Cups that came through towards the beginning of your reading, that's also an indication of what you experience as you close that door on what no longer serves you, of what it's time to let go of, okay? All right, beautiful being, I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope it gave you the clarity and comfort and good vibes that you needed. I thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and I wish you peace, joy, and many blessings. Take care.